This presentation is absolutely beautiful. This is the little postcard that my Division Row boots came from. Lovely conversation with this gentleman a few days ago, and he gave me a lot of good information. Let me just tell you this. I'm so happy that it's this particular box. I know it sounds silly, but I love this box compared to the all white one. I think that's the older box style. I've seen so many videos with this particular box in it, and it just like says something to me. I love the imagery on it. Here are the product specs. Lace-to-toe, Lineman 350, it's a 55 last, olive wax flesh from Horween, size 8. Now I initially ordered an 8.5D, and Jason on the phone talked me into getting an 8. We have the White's Arch Ease. Each boot came in its own like knapsack type deal. Rawhides and 2 kilties that are also olive waxed, I believe. And then they also sent these laces as well. So bear with me. Oh wow. Handmade vibe to them. I mean, look at the welt. That's Natural Chromexcel, that welt stitching. It has a block heel. It's slightly doggered, but not very much. This is the thing I like the most, this lineman patch. That and the lace-to-toe aspect is like why I jumped on it. And for an 8, I mean, he was right. Like, the 8 actually fits me pretty good. I haven't laced them yet, but even the 8, like, it's not tight. It's not nearly tight like I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I mean, I would never... I don't know how anyone could possibly wear, like, anything bigger than, like, a 10 in these. I mean, I normally wear a shoe that's like a 9.5 to a 10, and for these to be an 8 and still have like plenty of room is surprising. I mean, it's basically just the right amount of space for my feet in there. Pretty amazing. Here's the other one again. And the tongue is actually Natural Chromexcel. It's very smooth, very supple, I've noticed. It's cold out, and these are cold, so I'm going to put a little bit of Big 4 on them, just so they're not as dried out. I mean, they're not dry or anything, but got the quabog heel. I love this stitching that goes right here, that little bridging the gap kind of thing. And the lineman patch is just so cool. So when you look down, like, that's how it looks. Pretty neat. Pretty good. I believe these are a 6-inch. I wish I had lineman patches on both sides, honestly. I mean, from the outside, it looks cool too. It looks just more like your standard cutter or something, but yeah, I love it, the look from the inside. Here are my Wesco's heel to heel. And I mean, this is even more of a mindfuck because look, the Wesco's are in 9. They're in 9D. Okay. a 9D. Look at that. Look at that. They're the same length almost. Now that I got these all laced up, I thought I would show them one time. Yeah, I mean, I love these boots already. Been using them lately. I'm trying to be careful with them. I love this welt. And the lineman patch, of course. Olive wax flesh. You can see the green going on right back here on the counter. Got a little bubble here. This one. My left one fits me like a little better for some reason. I don't know why. It just does. The right one is a little tight right in here, just a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. But I think the left one came out just a little cleaner all around. I mean, beautiful. In case I screw them up, at least I'll have this footage of them from when they were still pretty brand new. I'm glad they have pull loops. I like pull loops. Again, the sizing is just crazy. I mean, here's an 8.5 Thorogood. So the whites is an 8, and the Thorogood is an 8.5. And I mean, it's pretty mind blowing. This is a Doc Martin made in China, and it's a size 9, and this is an 8, the whites, and look how much bigger it is. So yeah, that whole size down thing, they ain't kidding. Definitely size down. These are my Nicks. This is my Nicks Packer. It's a Nicks Contender. It's also this 55 last supposedly, but it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like it's got a steeper arch on it, in my opinion. What do you think? I think it does. Definitely. So yeah, which I like it. I like the steep arch. Cuban heel, Cuban dogger, actually. I love these laces, how they're like kind of yellowed. I don't know why that is. I actually took the kilties from these and put them in here. I don't know if they go, but I put them in there anyway. I don't know if I'll leave them in there or what, but same kind of Vibram 430 Mini Lug. This is a Nicks Contender. So these are old. I mean, it's an 8.5 E. Ah, shit. I think the year is on the other boot. It was a 2008 from what I could tell. So let's measure these up. The Nicks is an 8.5, and the whites is an 8. So look at that. Oh, it's so hard to hold it like this, but I mean, that just shows you how big the whites run. So if these are supposed to be the same last, I don't see how that adds up. That's why I'm saying this is a steeper arch, because the steeper the arch, the smaller it conforms your foot. This is a 10-inch boot. It's quite large. But I like it. I do like it. I don't think I'd like a bunch of 10-inch, but this is black Seidel leather. I dig it. I do like this boot. It's just the Cuban heel is a little much at times. You know what I mean? for around here. You know, I'm not out in the west or anything, or the south or nothing like that, so it's kind of strange for around here, but I do like the double row stitching. That is a thing I like. I mean, it works, single row works with these, but I don't know. And then, so I already compared it to my Thorogood, right? Here it is with my Wesco Jobmasters. This is like a custom Jobmaster, so it kind of looks a little like a Warren or a Hendrick combined with a Jobmaster last, before those models existed, I believe. So 90, it looks like it was made in 2017 or maybe 22. I don't know. I don't know when those models came out though either. But yeah, so if this is a 9D, that's how you know Wesco runs way closer to like being basically true to size. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? How much bigger the weight is. So, this is a heavy-ass boot, too. I guess because I got those steel shanks. V-bar, V700. I like this tan or brown veg tan heel on there and midsole. Stitching on this stitch down is very fine compared to whites. It's a big old counter on this too. I don't. It's not real hard though, so maybe it is just it's elastic still, but it's big. It's pretty beefy. There's our Wesco. It's pretty short. I think it's supposed to be because of the way they measure. Oh, and it doesn't have as steep of an arch, but because of the way they measure the boots, Wesco, like it'll say that it's a 7-inch, but it'll actually be much shorter because they only measure from or they measure from the heel to the top of the upper, rather than whites, which measures from just the upper. All eyelets. I got these on eBay separately. These leather. I like rawhide laces specifically. It already had this stain. It's a really neat color. It was even brighter. I hit it with some Bic 4 the other day for the second time, and I kind of regret it. I mean, it looks pretty bright on camera, but it looks darker in person, unfortunately. I should have just left it nice and bright. The stitching on this is very unique, connecting the upper to the vamp. I believe this is Celastic too, as are my Nix Packers. I think these were called the 5322s. I still have this again. Well, I could show this, I guess. Seidel. I'm told this is the same leather that they use for the NFL footballs. This is a steel toe. I didn't actually want steel toe, but it's no big deal. It's just the way it worked out. They didn't have the tobacco color without the steel toe, and I like the steel toe. So it's got these scratches in it that's naturally there. That was already there when I bought it. I don't know if that's from the animal itself, like, or when they were making it, they screwed it up. I mean, they're not like perfectly made either. These are kind of roughly thrown together. I noticed this doesn't have the USA, doesn't have made in the USA on it or USA at all. And most of the other videos I've seen have that. Whereas this just has the flag. But I mean, in here, it says made in the USA with USA globally sourced components. So I don't know, they're very comfortable, but I'm not that big on the having synthetic materials for like my insole or whatever. I can feel it, like my foot gets hotter in there, like sweats more. Here's the Doc Martin. I do like this cherry red. Heels wear out real fast on them now. I could tell already. See that big chunk missing? Yeah, I drag my heels a little too much, but I gotta stop that. I do like the way the upper feels in here. I mean, it's super thin. It's like a shoe. I look at it like it's a rain boot or something. But I gotta give it credit because this is what got me interested in boots to begin with. I'd still like some green Solaveres. That would be cool. Here's my other Wesco just to show. Got a big gouge on it recently. See up there? Feel bad about it. Yeah, these didn't have leather laces when I bought it, so I put them in there. Has an interesting insole. Anyone know what this insole is? If you can see it. Oh God, am I focusing? I don't know if you can see that at all, but yeah, don't know what it is. I'm told this is British Tan Domain. British Domain. It's supposed to be a veg tan, not a chrome tan. And it definitely feels like a veg tan from what I've learned about veg tan. It's like a stiffer. It definitely feels different than my other leather boots. Let's put it that way. My other leathers. I like it though. Took me getting used to a little. I get a little loose heel action going on, but otherwise they fit me pretty good, especially like width and everything. Definitely run smaller, which worked out. I got no business buying 9s for whites, that's for sure. But yeah, I really like these. I just wanted to have a pair of Wescos just to have them, just to compare them. And these look different than most of the ones I see on eBay used, so I was very happy with them. They get marked up pretty easily though, this veg tan. There's the pull up a little bit, you can see. And yeah, or I think the guy might be wrong and they might be English bridal, like that. What's it? Something in Craig, Weston and Craig, or Wicked and Craig, or whatever it's called. Leather. It might be that. I don't know, you have so many options with Wesco that it could be so many things, but it just looks a little light and orangey for British tan, in my opinion. Even if it is the Domain kind. When I looked that up, I still didn't see any this dark. But English Bridal had this orangey look, so I don't know. Yeah, so that concludes my little demonstration of my whites and my nicks, and hopefully more to come. Alright, I'll see you.